The amount of people coming together, giving to the family's GoFundMe, and working together online to try to piece together exactly what happened to Celeste Rivas Hernandez is astounding. The teen was reported missing on Valentine's Day 2024 when she was 13. The Riverside County Sheriff's Department confirmed Rivas was reported missing last year, but did not provide any additional information about the case and referred all questions to the LAPD. It's unclear how many times the teen was reported missing or how many times she was returned to her family by authorities. Just after 7:00 a.m. on March 19, 2024, a young girl walked down the street in a dark sweater and light pants, according to surveillance footage from Del Lago Spirits, which is in Rivas's neighborhood. Rivas's family asked store owner Ellie Nadal for the footage. He sent it to them, confident the girl in the video was Celeste Rivas. He believes that she got into a vehicle down the street from the store, but he could not make out any clear details as she walked out of the frame in the video. He says the police have not contacted him for the footage. Rivas had returned to Lake Elsinore in the last year, said Alonzo, a family friend, but she could not recall specific dates. She said that on one occasion, Rivas came home by herself and another time with police. Authorities have said David, 20, was initially cooperating with investigators when the news broke that a body was located in a vehicle registered to his name. It's unclear if he remained cooperative after the medical examiner's office identified Rivas as the person in the trunk. Law enforcement sources say Burke has since retained a lawyer.
We also don't know what David's cooperation has been with cops. We were told early on he was cooperating with cops. Now it seems kind of unclear, but it is kind of interesting because
he's not talking to cops.
That's what we're hearing.
We now know, well, we've got it on pretty good authority. He's not talking to police.
Which you think is maybe normal what an attorney would say to their client.
Of course. They just searched his house.
But I looked at it as if you have nothing to hide, why would you not go to cops?
You don't look at it that way.
Once now he knows they've searched his house. He knows what they were looking for in his house. Anything he says
is incriminating.
Now, we don't know how many times she's left, but we do know that Celeste's brother told NBC LA Wednesday that family members who still live in Lake Elsinore are grieving and were aware that the girl knew singer David. Matthew Rivas said when his sister disappeared, she was on her way to see a movie with him, but never returned. According to the U.S. Sun, an insider who was speaking Spanish said the family was aware of Celeste's relationship with Burke. The source says, "I still don't know a lot, but I don't understand why the police didn't do more. For a period, Celeste came back home by herself and stayed with her mom, but the police weren't involved. Why didn't they ask her? Where were you? Are you okay? I don't know when she came back, but then she disappeared again and went back to him. I know someone called her mom and said, stop looking for her. She's fine." They told the family to take down the social media post about her being missing. It is not known who the alleged caller was or whether they were connected to David in any way. The sources said they themselves took down a post asking for help as they were scared the situation was out of hand. The insider was sickened to hear the gruesome details reported about Celeste's death and said they were desperate for justice. What's heartbreaking is that this case has played out in the public spotlight for years, yet no one has gone to jail or even been seriously questioned. From the time Celeste was around 10 or 11 years old until she was 14, she was allegedly dealing with someone much older, who in turn turned into a grown man while this little girl was still on the run with him, allegedly at the age of 14, ultimately losing her life.
Yeah, I feel bad for Celeste. Wonder what you knew about that.
Who?
You were working with David. You were his cameraman when that happened. You didn't say nothing.
Yes.
No, you're messed up. You didn't say nothing when David was going down with that.
He likes what he likes. David likes what he likes.
This alleged cameraman, Wonder Boy, unfortunately likes what he likes as well. While going through TikTok, I see that he is 29 years old and he has a thing for flirting with girls who are not even able to drive yet. Now let's get into the tale of the two Celestes. This is Celeste Herrera, who is allegedly 23 years old. She frequently interacts with David on social media.
The girl that I met named Celeste at the Faze house is not the same Celeste that was.
Good. How you doing? I'm chilling, brother.
Big Interscope Jason, come on now.
What's up?
Sakura.
Can I get a photo with her? Sure.
Yeah. I can't forget.
Hi, how are you? Celeste.
I've been chilling.
So that's older Celeste. She's 23 and she has straight hair. However, it's being alleged that younger Celeste, curly-haired 14-year-old Celeste, was in the Summer Uptown music video with David and Jason, which has since been deleted off of YouTube.
He tried to cope and bandage everything by finding someone that looks like Celeste and could explain that girl on that live stream with those big glasses, because he did enough to disguise her but keep her in plain sight. He did enough to make people wonder, is that really Celeste or is that the one that he's with right now? Because there's something obstructing, like, you know, the features of her face.
He trained you.
No, you didn't.
That's controversial.
It's controversial of kids.
This is curly hair Celeste, Celeste Rivas Hernandez, not Celeste Herrera. The similar glasses and the Gap jacket was a throw off I believe he wanted to use for later, but this is a different Celeste. The one on the right is 23 and the one on the left was 14 when she passed. So since we talked about the two Celeste, let's talk about the two Davids. We have David's first ego, David D4vd, and then we have Atami, his alter ego, which literally means pain in Japanese.
I'm really big into anime and I'm really big into manga. And I wanted to make my own manga series at one point, and I was writing a lot of poems and writing a lot of things for it. And a big part of that manga was an evil version of me named Atami, which means pain in Japanese. And he wears his blindfold, and he's basically an agent of chaos and kind of my alter ego. And the story of the manga went like I was a detective, and there was an evil version of myself that would kind of come out at random moments, kind of like Fight Club with Tyler Durden. And he would commit the crimes that I would have to solve as the detective. So like when I was as the detective, I'd be like solving murders that I'm committing myself. And it was like a cool little story. I didn't think anything would come of it. Like it was in the vault for like months and months and months. And I introduced it for the first time on screen because I had the opportunity with music to kind of explore this idea further with the Romantic Homicide music video. And people were asking so many questions. I was like, yo, this is kind of fire, because like nobody would have ever heard of it if it wasn't for this music video. But Atami was the staple of this music video. You kind of see him throughout the entire thing. He's holding the knife with the bloody thing. You got the girl who's basically like the ghost of the person that he killed. It was his first victim in the manga.
So Atami is who he allegedly had the funeral for at his concert.
I look back to old songs like Life's a Dream and all these songs I wrote in my closet or my sister's closet in 2022 when I'm looking at my life in the past 8 to 9 months. I'm like, whoa, like, bro, these songs are soundtracking my life. So I hope I'm not involuntarily doing that, but it might be.
Then we have this repost from David. Me watching her scream after I poured boiling water on her after she told a boy happy birthday because why you happy he made it another year. Then we have plenty of random reposts that's since been deleted. This one says, I lied, I'm jealous of everything, pass me to Draco. This one says what it's like having a toxic girlfriend. This one says when you're dealing with a girl who can go from the sweetest, most caring girl ever to then having the nastiest attitude in a heartbeat, so everything with her is an adventure. This one says me when I go into my notes app to search for my password but accidentally open the most gut-wrenching, emotionally charged paragraph I wrote a week ago. This one says, this is me and my future wife, and if you even care, and of course you see Hello Kitty. This one says, point of view, she leaves you undelivered for 5 minutes. The next one, imagine we were two cannibals in the late 80s who randomly met and then we fell in love and tried to be better and start a life together. Then you passed away and your bones and all. Me, after hearing about her past with other boys, I'm jealous and utterly disgusted by her actions. Me, if I see her talk with other dudes, this person is chopping up meat. Was I too controlling, or did I just want to be respected? Or did I just want reassurance? Or did I just care about you? Or was I just concerned for your safety? Or is it because I love too hard? Or you were just out late drunk? Or I didn't want to see you hurt? Or did I not want to get cheated on again? Just because I care about you doesn't make me controlling. I take a for you even if you were holding the pow pow. waiting for someone who's not coming back.
I had a friend whose girlfriend continuously broke his heart and was continuously doing things that he knows that she'll keep doing, and he'll keep on having to take her back because that love is so strong. And she'll keep promising and promising and promising that she'll change, but she never changes. And he'll be at the verge of breaking up with her and leaving her. And then she'll be like, wait, can you please wait for me? I'll change. I promise I'll change. I'll change soon. I'll fix these problems. And he'll be like, okay, maybe I do have this faith that you will change, so I'll stay. Even at my own expense, I'm the one being hurt, I'm the one getting my heart broken. I'll stay because that love I have for you is so strong.
February 19, 2023, on Discord, David says, I like writing gory psychological drama, romantic quotes, and a lot of death. Someone says, you're so effing real for that. He says, I love gore. Someone says, gore is what makes something serious real. David says, I use it to desensitize myself. David says, I watch gore to disconnect the part of my brain that feels empathy to the wrong things. Another user says, not gonna lie, some gore videos are funny. A user named Andre says, what's the first time you watched gore, David? David said, I saw a cartel unaliving on Reddit when I was 14 years old. Now, we have seen the alleged Celeste wear a ring on her ring finger with David tattooed on the inside of that finger several times. And then this page, which was known to be one of Celeste's ghost pages, Hello Kitty Life Girl, also has a picture of her in front of David and that same ring finger, same tattoo on the inside. Many people are wondering, where is the investigation? Where are they going with this? Well, the medical examiner has this case still listed as deferred. The body is ready to be released, and now we're playing the waiting game.
Let's talk about the possible causes of death in the Celeste Rivas case. I'm a forensic scientist and a former CSI. This is Celeste Rivas. Her body was found in singer David's trunk of his Tesla earlier this month. There's been a lot of comments and questions on my past videos about this case about why he has not been arrested yet. And previously I've tried to explain that the medical examiner is still working to figure out cause and manner of death. Here's a couple things that we can pull from that information. First of all, we know that Celeste had her autopsy at the beginning or the middle of September. So it's been a while and they still have not released a cause of death, which suggests to me that there are no overt signs of physical trauma like stabbing or gunshot wound. And there's a couple of reasons that could be. Number one, that's not how she died. Number two, she's in such an advanced stage of decomposition that you can't see evidence of it. I think that is less likely. And number three, there is that level of trauma and they're just not saying so publicly yet. I think it's more likely, however, that she died from some sort of cause that's not immediately apparent upon a visual inspection of her body. And there's two main ways that come to mind. Number one is an overdose, and number two is strangulation. I mentioned strangulation because it's a fairly common way that women meet their demise, especially when they die at the hands of people that they're in a relationship with. Now, I'm not going to speculate on who did or did not cause Celeste Rivas to die, but there's a lot of chatter going on the internet. There's lots of rumors. So if she died as a result of domestic violence, physical trauma is one from blunt force trauma, beating, but most likely, in my opinion, would be strangulation. If somebody dies from strangulation and they are not found until they are in an advanced stage of decomposition, it can be difficult for the medical examiner to see that, because the things that we would be looking for in cases of strangulation would be petechial hemorrhaging in the eye, sometimes in the mucosal membranes. We look for damage or bruising to the skin and the strap muscles of the neck. Sometimes we see damage to the hyoid bone, but not always. So most of the damage is to the soft tissues, and those things can go away in decomposition because the soft tissue is not there anymore. The other thing that comes to mind as a potential is a drug overdose. Now, I don't know what type of drugs these people did or did not use, but I'm just going to speak generally about cases of drug overdoses because I worked a lot of drug overdoses of teenagers. If Miss Rivas passed due to an overdose, that's going to be tricky given the fact that she was found in an advanced stage of decomposition. Now, there's always the possibility to get tox results from any blood or vitreous fluid that does remain if she's not in that advanced of decomp. There's the possibility to get good tox results from some tissue samples, from some organ samples, and there's even been research that suggests that you can get decent tox results from bone. But all that is going to take time. And of course, if she died of a drug overdose, that might change the manner of death. And that could explain why we are still waiting to hear about cause or manner. So again, I'm just going out on a limb and speculating, but I would not be shocked if we heard that she died either from an overdose or from strangulation.
We will keep you updated with this David story as information continues to come in daily. What I need to do is hear from you. What do you think about everything going on with R&B singer David? Leave a comment and you know how we do. We'll talk about it down below. Talk to you guys later. Bye. As always, thanks for watching. But before you go, don't forget to subscribe to this channel, like this video, and hit the bell so you don't miss out on any of my new episodes.